Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Eva. Very amazing that you are here. I just recorded a meditation and it's going to be uploaded on Wednesday. And I just really enjoyed the information that came through. And I thought I'm also going to record a video about it because it's good to also have a short talk on this topic. And there are also, yeah, there are questions coming every now and then. So I thought I'm going to do a video and dive right into it. And it really was about, okay, we're having a human experience, right? We're here on this planet right now having this experience, and we're on the path of spiritual awakening. You are, because otherwise you wouldn't watch this video, right? You wouldn't do my meditations. And it's very important to understand that even though we're on the path of spiritual awakening, we also have a human. And we have the human until we die. So it doesn't really matter in which level of consciousness we are. It doesn't matter at all. So we always have this human form. We have a body and we have this human part of us. We have a personality and the human. And the human doesn't need to be neglected just because we are on the path of spiritual awakening. So what I want to say is that there are times when we are on the path of spiritual awakening that we want to be more by ourselves, we want to meditate, we want to go on retreats, online retreats or in-person retreats. We just want to be around like-minded people because we feel like we can't really talk to our friends about our journey and this new area we're exploring. So that's very fine, or we just want to be by ourselves. We don't want to interact with other people. So there are these phases. It's a phase, and it's amazing that it's there because it's needed. But then it's also possible, I mean, it's going to happen, that there are phases where you're very much engaged with life. Either you choose, because there are times where you choose that, you just really prefer to be more engaged with your family and friends, for example, or because you have to, job-wise, for example. So it's like a back and forth. It's a movement. So sometimes you are very much in the human experience, even though you are on the path of spiritual awakening. You engage more with your human life, and then sometimes you are pulled more into meditation, spiritual practices, and maybe being away from people, even being away from people more. And that's very normal and fine. And I just want to say, please follow that naturally, and don't think just because you're on the path of awakening, the human life experience is worth less than the awakening process, which it's not. It's not at all, because this back and forth is happening, first of all. So you will come back into the human, and then you go, you have times where you have less emotions, there is no compassion, there is no love, or less love, let's just say it like that, or less interest in stuff that let's say worldly stuff. And then there is times where this is more there, and you don't want to neglect, you don't want to give up the human life completely, just that because you are in the spiritual phase for a while, or you think this is all that matters, because it's a back and forth until then, eventually, the human experience will be the main one again. And then, you went through this whole path, and if you forgot to look after your human life, or if you neglected it, or if you thought it's just not worth anything, it's just not important, I mean, that's what you end up then with, So I just really want to emphasize it's all important, because people sometimes ask me, okay, I feel like I don't want to spend time with my family. I just don't like what they're talking about. I don't like the worldly subjects and all of that. That's very fine. It's totally fine. There are times that are just like that. But it's also fine when you feel like you are with your friends and you just want to talk about worldly stuff, So there is no like, you're supposed to be in a certain way, or things are supposed to be in a certain way. It's really like everybody's individual. This flow back and forth will be individual for everybody. So for some people, it will be more maybe that they meditate more and they're more away from people. For some people, it will be more worldly. I've worked with people who were just meditating, not interacting in everyday life, and thought this is how they're going to move forward on the path of spiritual awakening. but it's like you block yourself, like you're not going to move forward by not interacting in life or with life, because life is also the feedback mechanism. So when you, let's say, you have healed and cleared certain areas of your system, or you are in a high level of consciousness or whatever, it needs to integrate. And integration happens by interacting in your life experience, with people, in your job, I don't know, friends, family, whatever. So it needs to manifest. Everything needs to manifest. And this is also at the same time a feedback so that you see where you are and what's still there and what you could still look at. So it's very important. And yeah, life is also there to be enjoyed, at the same time. And if you think, for example, now, no, then do the meditation. I uploaded on Thursday. I'm going to upload on Wednesday because it helps to remove some of these blockages and to receive just the vibration of love. Because with those vibrations, we can just enjoy life more. And enjoying life more means having more of that energy present or be more in that vibration. It doesn't necessarily mean, going places or having certain items or something like that. So I'm talking about where the perception, where you're perceiving life from. And then also, a recent question I got was about compassion. So I'm on a spiritual path. Can I be compassionate with my fellow humans? And I thought it was a really good question because, yeah, we hear, we see the ego playing out in other people when we become more aware, right? So we see their ego or their pattern or their patterns playing out. And then we might think, okay, it's not good to show compassion because we don't want to feed the ego. But first of all, it's like it depends on the situation. So if you feel like being compassionate, for example, please be compassionate. I mean, we're all here undergoing this human life experience. It's not always like easy and fun. And as you know, with all these heavy emotions, we experience all these heavy emotions. It can be hard. And also with these energy patterns that are moving through our system, we often don't have a choice. And specifically people who are not on the path of spiritual awakening, who are not aware of their ego and who are not aware of all these things, it's just maybe not their time or not their time yet, or maybe it's not even their time in this lifetime that they, jump on the path of spiritual awakening and look into this, become more aware and look into their own stuff and do healing work. So why not, if you feel that's right for you in that moment, then be compassionate. And if you don't feel, don't. So it's really, again, it's very individual. I just want to say everybody's different and every spiritual awakening path and unfolding is going to be different. And just move with your life. Allow life to move you, sometimes towards people, sometimes away from people, sometimes be loving and compassionate, sometimes be not. You can be on the path of spiritual awakening and be angry with somebody, right? Why not? It's not like that you can't live your humanness anymore. It's more about being more aware of what's going on, being less identified with everything that's going on, living more in the present moment and all of that. So there are changes happening, but they're happening permanently in the way you perceive yourself and this reality, and not so much that you think you have to be a certain way just because you are on the path of spiritual awakening. So this is basically all I wanted to share, and this is what came through in the meditation. That it's amazing that we are here and having this human life experience, and that we also are allowed to nurture the human aspect and to live the human aspect. Okay. So I also wanted to put it into a little video because I don't know, this is also the approach like I love. This is also the approach I what's the word, emphasize, look after both aspects. And yeah, enjoy your life as much as you can when you can. And it's not always possible, of course, but when you can, enjoy it. Like go for a walk on the beach, for example, in the sunlight. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and otherwise, enjoy your day. All right. Bye bye.